This happened a week ago. I'm Mark, 35 years old, an overworked graphic designer. I thought a remote cabin would help me escape the chaotic city life. I rented it hoping for solitude and inspiration. The cabin sat deep in the woods, surrounded by tall pines and a lake. It had this rustic charm with mismatched furniture. I thought it was perfect for recharging my creative juices. I set up my laptop and planned to sketch out some ideas. On the second night, I heard faint footsteps outside. I got up to check. My heart was racing. I opened the door and stepped onto the porch. It was quiet, too quiet, and I felt a chill. I glanced around, but there was nothing there, just stillness. That's when I saw it, a small, weathered toy soldier on the welcome mat. I picked it up. It felt odd in my hand. I thought maybe it was left behind by previous guests. I shrugged it off and tucked it inside my bag, but I still felt a strange shiver up my spine. As the days went by, more odd things happened. I went to the kitchen for breakfast one morning. I turned on the coffee maker. When I poured the first cup, I noticed a shadow pass behind me. I spun around, but nothing was there, just the empty living room. I felt uneasy, but I tried to dismiss it. At night, I heard low murmurs echoing through the woods. I couldn't make out the words, but I could feel the voices wrapping around me. It made my skin crawl. Items in the cabin started to move. My sketchbook was on the table one moment, and then it was gone the next. I found it in the bathroom later, opened to a blank page I hadn't drawn on. I tried to tell myself I was just forgetting things. Maybe my mind was playing tricks on me. I walked outside, hoping fresh air would clear my head. I began to see small figures in the trees. They were there, then gone, the moment I turned to face them. I remember standing still, my heart pounding in my chest. I wanted to scream or run, but I felt frozen. I thought I saw something, a glimpse of movement. Were they children? But why were they out there alone? On the last night, I sat by the fireplace, trying to shake off the feeling of dread. Then I spotted a figure standing by the edge of the woods. It was just standing there, staring at me. I could see its shape, but the details were fuzzy. I blinked, and it vanished before my eyes. I can't explain what happened that week. I can't tell if it was my imagination or something more sinister. I left the cabin, but I took the toy soldier with me. I'm not sure why. I think I've never stopped thinking about it. I still wonder if it was a warning or something else. As I drove away, I heard a whisper. "Why did you leave?" I quickly looked in the rearview mirror. I was alone. Days passed after I returned home, but the sensation of that cabin clung to me like a shadow. I tried to bury everything in work, staring at my computer screen for hours. But every distraction was futile. I could still hear those whispers echoing in my mind. Then one afternoon, I found myself rifling through my bag. I stumbled upon the toy soldier, the one I had taken from the cabin. It felt different now, heavier in my hand. I couldn't shake the feeling that it was watching me. I set it down on my desk and tried to focus, but it was impossible. A week later, I decided to call the cabin owner to express my concerns. As the phone rang, my heart raced. I needed answers about what had happened. I wanted to know if anyone else had experienced something strange. The line clicked, and a woman's voice came through. "Hello? Hi, this is Mark. I rented the cabin last week. I wanted to talk about some..." "Oh, you're the one. I've been hoping to hear from you." My pulse quickened. "What do you mean?" "I received some calls after your stay. Some guests mentioned odd occurrences too. It's why I don't rent it out often." My stomach dropped. What kind of odd occurrences? Voices, objects moving. At first, I thought it was just coincidental, but now it seems like something happens to every visitor. I swallowed hard. "What do you mean something happens?" Her voice lowered. "There's a history to that place. Children have been known to wander the woods. They never seem to come back." The line started to fade. "Wait, what do you mean?" I shouted, but she was gone. I slammed my phone down. My heart raced and panic washed over me. Were those the figures I saw? Were they trying to tell me something? My hands trembled as I glanced at the toy soldier again. Its gaze seemed fixed on me, accusatory. The night came fast, bringing a thick darkness that felt suffocating. I decided I needed to get out of the house to clear my mind. I drove aimlessly, the roads feeling familiar yet eerie. Every shadow felt alive. I pulled over beside a small park and stepped out, needing to breathe. As I walked into the dim light of the park's lamp, I thought I could hear murmurs through the trees, soft, childlike giggles. I turned quickly, instincts kicking in, but there was nothing, just the wind through the leaves. Suddenly, a flicker caught my eye, a small light dancing in the distance. Against my better judgment, I followed it deeper into the woods, heart pounding. The light hovered, then dove behind a thick cluster of trees. I approached cautiously, feeling an urge to know what it was. That's when I saw it. A circle of toy soldiers, exactly like the one I had taken, arranged neatly on the ground. I felt sick. I took a step back, heart racing, and that's when I heard their laughter again, clearer now. "Come play with us." Panic surged through me. I turned to run, but stumbled. As I got back to my feet, the shadows moved closer, and the laughter grew louder. Someone was definitely in the woods with me. I bolted through the trees, the laughter echoing behind me, twisting into an unsettling chorus. The darkness enveloped me like a thick fog, making it hard to see. My heart pounded in my chest, each step heavy with dread. I had no idea what I was running from, but something pushed me forward. Branches scratched at my arms as I darted past them, adrenaline fueling my flight. I didn't dare look back. I could almost feel them closing in. The whispers grew louder, morphing into desperate calls. "Mark, come back," they pleaded. Just then, I tripped over a root and fell hard onto the forest floor. I winced at the pain, but quickly rolled over to get back on my feet. That's when I noticed them again, the toy soldiers. Their tiny shapes lined the ground, creating a twisted path deeper into the woods. I could almost hear their soft clicks, a playful invitation to join them. In a panic, I scrambled up and took off again, but the shadows flickered just beyond the tree line, tantalizingly close. I could feel something dark lapping at my heels, a presence that had no right being there. I had to get out. I had to reach the road. Ahead, I spotted a gap between the trees. Light broke through, promising safety. I sprinted toward it, desperate. As I neared the clearing, I was blinded by the brightness. Finally bursting free from the trees, I burst into an open space and skidded to a stop. But it wasn't what I'd expected. It was an old, dilapidated playground, rusted swings creaking softly in the breeze. The colors had faded, the ground covered in dirt and weeds. A chill crawled up my spine. The laughter stopped abruptly, replaced by an eerie silence. And then I saw them. Children. They stood at the edge of the playground, their faces obscured by shadows, yet their eyes glinted with a mischievous light. My heart dropped. They looked just like the figures I had seen in the woods, and they were staring straight at me. "Come play," one of them said, stepping forward. Her voice was sweet, but held an undercurrent of menace. I wanted to scream, to run away, but my feet felt stuck to the ground. "Where are we?" I managed to croak. "Where we always are," another child chimed in. "Aren't you going to come join us?" I took a cautious step back, but they only inched closer, giggling. The shadows around them seemed to stretch and twist, and I felt the air grow heavier. My mind raced. I could still feel the toy soldier in my pocket, its presence more pronounced than ever. Had I awoken something by taking it? "Stay with us, Mark," the first girl urged, her voice sweetening. "You'll like it here." "No, I need to go," I shouted, snapping back to reality. I turned to run, desperate, I didn't look back. The laughter flared up behind me, shrill and haunting. I knew I had to get away, but I could feel something pulling me back. Suddenly, the ground beneath me shifted. I stumbled and fell again, this time landing hard on the dirt path leading back into the woods. I quickly scrambled to my feet, just as the laughter faded into hushed whispers. As I found my footing, I felt them circling me in the shadows. Voices dripped around me, sweet and sinister. "Where are you going?" they chorused, echoing my own frantic thoughts. "You shouldn't leave us." In the distance, I spotted the way out, light flickering, a promise of escape. But the children were closer now, their faces becoming clearer. And they were smiling, their gazes locked onto mine. I bolted toward the light, revealing my way to freedom. But it wasn't the end. It felt like a beginning, because the moment I crossed into the illuminated path, my phone buzzed violently in my pocket, an incoming message. The text read simply, "Did you think you could leave?" The light from my phone illuminated my face, and I froze. A chill wrapped around me. Who sent this message? Panic washed over me, almost suffocating. I stumbled backward, glancing over my shoulder. The children were gone, but the weight of their stares lingered. "Get a grip, Mark," I whispered to myself. There had to be a logical explanation. Maybe it was a prank. I couldn't stay here, though. I glanced at the path and bolted forward again, nerves pushing my legs to sprint. As I ran, the trees began to thin out. Each step felt like a small victory, but the shadows loomed closer. Someone was watching, lurking just out of sight. My instincts screamed for me to find help. I had to reach the road. Suddenly, my foot caught in a tangle of dry roots, pulling me down for the third time. I landed hard, my phone slipping from my pocket and clattering to the ground. The screen shattered under the impact. Great, just what I needed. Frantically, I picked up the broken device, but it didn't matter. I needed to make it to safety first. I got up and started moving again, feeling the cool air heavy against my skin. But then, I heard it. A faint melody drifting through the trees. The sound was haunting, laced with an innocence that made me shudder. I slowed down, the hairs on the back of my neck prickling. Why was there music out here? As I moved closer to the source, fear curdled in my stomach. My breath quickened, but curiosity tugged at me. I had to see what was happening. Finally, I reached a small clearing. In the center stood an old music box, ornate and dusty. It played a soft tune, its notes dancing on the breeze. My heart raced. Why was it here? Was this what the children had been singing? I took a tentative step closer. The melody was familiar, tugging at some buried memory. I reached out and touched the box. The moment my fingers brushed its surface, the music stopped. An unsettling silence clamped down around me. Panic surged through my veins again. I looked around, expecting to see the children or the darkness stalking me. But instead, something caught my eye. Just at the edge of the clearing, the toy soldiers lay scattered. They looked so out of place in the wilds of the forest. What were they doing here, and why did I feel so drawn to them? Suddenly, the music box flared to life again, and the disembodied laughter returned, echoing around me like thunder. I glanced back toward the path. My mind screamed at me to run, but my feet wouldn't move. The strange pull from the soldiers was stronger now, anchoring me. That's when I heard a new voice, deeper, echoing from the shadows. "You've taken something that doesn't belong to you," it rumbled. A shiver ran down my spine. I turned, the fear creeping in like a wet sponge. And that's when I saw it. A figure emerging from the trees, tall and dark, blocking my way back. "Join us," it said, its voice a mix of whispers and roars. I was caught between the music, the soldiers, and whatever that shadow was. The urgency to escape intensified. I stood frozen, heart pounding in my chest. The figure loomed closer, stretching out a shadowy hand. "Join us," it repeated, the words dripping with a mixture of temptation and threat. I could feel the air crackle around it, a heaviness that pressed down on me, making it hard to breathe. I took a step back, then another, desperately scanning my surroundings for an escape route. The music box continued its eerie melody, the notes twisting and echoing, wrapping around my mind. It felt like a siren's call, urging me closer. But the soldiers? My gaze flicked back to them. Were they the key? Against all instinct, I reached for one. The moment my fingers closed around the cold plastic, I felt a rush of energy. It vibrated in my hand, warm and alive. The laughter grew louder, merging with the melody, creating a cacophony that almost deafened me. The figure paused, its head tilting as if in surprise. "You shouldn't have done that," it growled, the whispering turning guttural. I took a deep breath, summoning every ounce of courage. "What do you want?" My voice wavered, but I pushed through the fear that threatened to swallow me whole. Another laugh, sharper this time, sliced through the air. "What we want," it said, stepping into the flickering light that emanated from the music box. Its face was obscured, but I could see faint glowing eyes, predatory, watching me. "We want what you took, and what you're hiding." I had no idea what it meant. I hadn't taken anything, right? My mind raced back to the toy soldiers. Were they part of this madness? I dropped one immediately, but the spell was too strong. I felt a bond with the soldiers, a connection that was both strange and unsettling. "Leave me alone," I shouted, pushing the words out between shallow breaths. The laughter morphed into enraged growls, shaking the leaves and making the ground seem to tremble beneath me. "Join us, Mark," it said again, and I could feel the words curling around my mind like a vine. My vision blurred as the shadows surrounding the figure thickened, twisting in on itself. I couldn't hold on any longer. Summoning a final burst of adrenaline, I turned and sprinted back into the woods, branches whipping against my face. The laughter chased me, mingling with the melody still playing like a taunt. I didn't stop running until I broke free from the trees and stumbled onto a gravel path. The moon hung high, casting a glow that felt completely foreign. My heart thudded in my ears, and I fought to calm my racing thoughts. I didn't know how long I had been gone, or where to go now, but the forest urging me back felt close, as if something still lingered just beyond the trees. As I walked along the path, trying to shake off what happened, the air grew colder, and that's when I noticed it. A small, wrapped package lay abandoned at the edge of the road, marked with a crude drawing of a toy soldier. I knew it must mean something, but the question burrowed deep inside. Should I take it? A rustle came from behind me. I turned slowly, dread pooling in my stomach. There it was again, soft laughter, echoing in the night. This wasn't over. Something wanted me back. I hesitated at the edge of the gravel path, my breath hitching as I looked over my shoulder. The laughter was louder now, more sinister. It seemed to wrap around me, pulling at my resolve. I turned back to the package, the crude drawing of the toy soldier staring at me like a neon warning sign. "Just take it, Mark." The whisper was inside my head. I could almost feel invisible fingers pricking at my mind, coaxing me closer to the package. I stepped forward, my curiosity battling against the remnants of fear. I crouched down, fingers trembling as I reached for it. The wrapping was rough, and I could feel something hard inside. It tugged at my thoughts, reminding me of the soldiers I had touched earlier. What did they want from me? With a quick motion, I tore away the paper. Inside, nestled in crumpled newspaper, was another toy soldier, a slightly different version. Painted in vibrant colors, a small card laid beneath it, yellowed with age. The words, "For the brave," were scrawled in a shaky hand. There was no way this was a coincidence. My heart raced again. Had I really taken something from them? The fear clawed at me, and I felt a cold sweat break out on my forehead. Instead of giving me comfort, the soldier sent a chill down my spine. I glanced back at the woods, half expecting the figure to emerge from the shadows. Then a deep hum filled the air, vibrating like the sound of a distant engine, but it didn't sound mechanical. It was deeper, darker. I came to my feet, clutching the toy in one hand and backing away from the trees. "What do you want from me?" I shouted, my voice shaky but defiant. In response, the laughter morphed again, this time into a chorus of whispers. "Join us, Mark. Embrace your past." I squeezed my eyes shut, trying to drown out the sounds, but my pulse quickened. Then something shifted. I opened my eyes to see shadows spilling out of the woods, stretching like fingers reaching for me. Panic ignited in my chest. I didn't belong here, not with whatever that was. Clutching the soldier tightly, I turned and ran. I sprinted down the path, the laughter trailing behind me like a dark cloud. I couldn't let it pull me back. I needed to get to town, to safety. But every step felt slower, like the ground was trying to hold me down. Suddenly, I tripped, tumbling onto the gravel. My breath knocked out of me as I scrambled to my feet. When I turned, I expected to find nothing behind me, but the shadows seemed to have crept closer. A chilling thought crossed my mind. What if the soldier I now held was the key to this nightmare? Just then, the deep hum sounded again, louder this time, resonating from behind the trees. The shadows morphed around me, and through them I saw flickers of movement. As I backed away, I spotted a figure emerge, a child, no older than 10, clutching another toy soldier. "Come play with us," the child said, and the world seemed to grow darker at the edges. All the warmth of the moonlight vanished, leaving me with just the anxiety tightening in my chest. I should have turned and run again, but I was paralyzed by the sight. Who was this child? What did they want? As the laughter and whispers swirled around us, I felt my grip on the soldier slacken. And that was when I knew I had to act. But before I could decide, the darkness closed in, and everything went black. When the darkness lifted, I found myself lying on the cold ground, the gravel biting into my skin. The laughter and whispers faded, replaced by a chilling silence. I pushed myself up, blinking against the dim light filtering through the trees. The child was gone. Panic gripped me again. I was alone. Had this all been a dream? I shook my head, trying to clear the fog. The toy soldier rested next to me, glinting strangely in the muted light. I felt drawn to it once more, though a part of me warned against it. I picked it up, inspecting it closely. The colors were bright, almost too bright. With a hesitant touch, I ran my fingers over its surface. That's when I saw it. A name etched into the plastic on the bottom of the soldier. Daniel. Memories surged forward. An old friend from the neighborhood. We used to play in our backyards, inventing grand stories and battles. But Daniel had vanished years ago. I shuddered, an uneasy feeling creeping over me. Why was his name on this toy? A rustle made me jump. I quickly looked around, scanning the darkness between the trees. "Hello?" I called out, my voice shaking. No reply came. Just stillness, just the weight of this unsettling feeling pressing on me. I got to my feet and dusted myself off. I needed to move. There had to be some reason I was brought back here. My heart raced as I started walking again, keeping the soldier close, half expecting something to come charging out from the shadows. Then I noticed the path had changed. It was narrower now, overgrown with weeds. I could barely see where I was going. Still, I pressed on. The weight of the soldier in my pocket reminded me of the past I wanted to escape, but couldn't. As I walked, the hum returned, louder than before, vibrating through the ground beneath me. I stopped. My breath quickened as shadows flickered in the periphery of my vision. Figures danced just beyond the tree line, too quick to make out. I could feel them watching me. I stopped to catch my breath and listen. The whispers returned. My name echoed softly, hauntingly. "Mark, come join us." I shook my head, clenching the soldier tighter. Suddenly, a loud crack split the silence, like a branch snapping. Fearing what came next, I spun around. And there it was again, that child from before, now closer. "You didn't play with us," they said, their voice low, almost like a plea. "You took Daniel. We want him back." My stomach dropped. I stepped back. "I don't understand. Daniel he's gone." Anxiety surged within me. I barely felt rooted to the ground as shadows began to converge. Then, through the chaos of panic and confusion, I spotted something glinting behind the child. A small clearing, a frozen scene of laughter and play. It was as if I was seeing a moment reborn from the past, but it was twisted. The children played, but their eyes were dark, hollow. "Come play with us, Mark." I knew instinctively that if I didn't move now, I would be lost forever. So I turned and ran, the laughter rising behind me. The soldier thudded against my leg like a heartbeat, urging me on. But the deeper I ran, the thicker the shadows became. Each step felt heavier, pulling at me. I could hear whispers around me, twisting into shouts. That child's face loomed in my mind, pleading, unnerving. That's when I stumbled. The ground fell away, and I slid into darkness once more, the world dissolving into chaos. The last thing I heard was a chorus of laughter, echoing in the void. Then came silence. When I opened my eyes again, I was still on the ground. The air felt thick, almost like breathing in molasses. Confusion washed over me. I didn't know how long I'd been out. My heart raced as I tried to push myself up. The soldier rested at my side, its presence more alarming now. I took a slow breath to calm myself, scanning the area around me. The clearing was different than before. The trees leaned in closer, their branches pointing like skeletal fingers. Shadows stretched unnaturally, darting in and out of the dim light, as if they had their own life. The laughter from before was gone, replaced by an oppressive silence that gnawed at my confidence. I stood up, brushing dirt off my arms. As I did, a chill crawled down my spine. I couldn't shake the feeling that I wasn't alone. Something lurked within the shadows. I stumbled back towards the path, but it was gone. The overgrown weeds seemed to trap me in place. I felt a tug at my thoughts, a pull from my memories I couldn't quite grasp. Daniel's name danced at the edges of my mind. It was clear now. I needed to understand why his name was tied to this soldier. Before I could think further, I heard what sounded like children's voices. They were playful, carefree, yet there was an undercurrent of something else. I couldn't tell what. "Mark, come back," a voice whispered, that same child's voice from earlier. Panic surged within me. I spun around, heart thudding against my ribcage. Then, just beyond the distorted trees, I saw them. A group of children stood waiting, their faces obscured in the fading light, shadows masking their features. Were they the same kids from before? I squinted, trying to see, but the darkness played tricks on my vision. "Play with us," they chorused in unison, their voices blending into a haunting melody. I took a step back, fear squeezing my throat tight. It felt wrong. "Why do you want me to play?" I shouted, though my voice fell flat against the stillness. The group just smiled wider, their eyes glinting in the shadows. I felt the corners of reality stretch around me, warping like a funhouse mirror. I noticed a flicker near the group, a flash of color catching my eye. It was another toy. A bright blue ball was lying in the grass, somehow out of place. My mind clicked. That ball belonged to Daniel. We'd played with it in the backyard, tossing it back and forth, letting our imagination run wild. Suddenly, the children inched closer, their smiles fading. "Come play," they insisted, the request now feeling more like a command. I gave them a wide berth, stuffing the soldier deeper into my pocket, turning towards the overgrown weeds. Then I heard it again, the faint crack of twigs snapping, just like before. I whipped around. They were closer now, their faces still hidden, but I could sense their intent. Fear gripped me, paralyzing my thoughts as I scanned for an escape. In that moment, my instincts kicked in. I bolted towards the dark trees behind me, branches scratching my arms as I pressed through. I could hear them behind me, their laughter morphing into something sharp, something sinister. And then, just as I thought I was gaining ground, I tripped again, this time falling into an abyss of shadows. I landed hard, breath knocked out of me. The world around me warped into a dark tunnel, echoes of laughter blending into a disconcerting hum. Despite the suffocating darkness, I clutched the soldier tightly. It was a lifeline, a connection to the past I couldn't afford to forget. I couldn't help but wonder if it would lead me to the answers I needed, or if it would pull me deeper into the nightmare. That's when I heard it, a name, a familiar voice whispering in the dark. Daniel. It was faint, but I knew I had to follow it, no matter where it led. The whispers grew louder, swirling around me like thick fog. Daniel. It echoed in the darkness, pulling me deeper into the shadows. I pushed myself to my feet, heart racing. I could barely tell where I was. The world around me felt alive, but not in a comforting way. I stumbled forward, the soldier pressing against my hip. With every step, the air grew heavier, filled with the weight of unspoken fears. I was still chasing that voice, desperate to find it, to make sense of everything. "Daniel!" I called out, my voice cracking. It felt pointless, swallowed by the darkness. Suddenly, the ground beneath me shifted. I gasped as the earth gave way, and I tumbled forward onto a familiar patch of grass. I was back where it had all begun, the backyard where Daniel and I used to play. The blue ball lay nearby, vibrant and untouched. My heart sank. But something was off. The sky above was a swirling mass of gray, and the trees towered higher than I remembered. I scanned the area, hoping to find a trace of my brother. Instead, I found a twisted silhouette in the distance, unmoving. Panic flared within me. "Daniel!" I shouted again, but my voice seemed to fade away, as if it was never even uttered. I stepped toward the figure, each move sluggish and hesitant, apprehension twisting in my gut. The shadows danced around me, leaving an eerie chill. A sharp breeze swept past, sending leaves rustling. I could feel eyes on me, watching, waiting. But I couldn't turn back now, not when I needed answers. As I got closer, the figure became clearer, a child in silhouette, their back turned. "Daniel?" I whispered, hope and fear battling inside me. They didn't move. "Please, just turn around," I urged, my voice trembling. Then, from the corner of my eye, I spotted something moving, a flicker on the ground. I glanced down, heart plummeting. The same blue ball rolled toward me, stopping at the edge of my foot. I backed away, breath hitching. Then I heard laughter. It was soft at first, then cascading all around me. The other children emerged from the shadows, their eyes glinting like daggers. I barely had time to react when they lunged forward, surrounding me. "Play with us," they sang again, now sounding sinister, their smiles wide and hungry. I was frozen. My heart raced as I searched for a way out, but the children enclosed around me, their laughter echoing, blending into an orchestrated nightmare. Suddenly, a voice cut through the crowd. "Mark!" It was Daniel. His voice broke through the chaos, grounding me. I turned my head, trying to find him. "Don't listen to them!" he shouted, panic palpable. "Run!" I didn't need to hear it twice. I shot away from the giggling children, moving as fast as I could. They shrieked and shrieked, their laughter rising into a shrill cacophony that pierced my ears. I followed Daniel's voice, every fiber of my being pushing me to escape. I ran blindly through the trees, branches snagging my clothes, sharp twigs scratching my skin. The laughter faded, but the shadows still loomed, dark and twisted. "Daniel!" I called, hoping he could guide me through the chaos. Just then, I stumbled and fell again, tripping into a small clearing. I hit the ground hard. Gasping for air, I glanced around, realizing I was deep inside a thicket, surrounded by dark trees that seemed to lean toward me. The realization hit me like a wave. Daniel's voice was gone. I felt it then, an icy breath on the back of my neck. Before I could react, the darkness shifted, and the sounds of children's laughter erupted once more. But this time, it was followed by a low, guttural growl. Looking around frantically, I instinctively reached for the soldier in my pocket. I was out of time. Someone, or something, was coming for me. I braced myself, heart pounding, as dread washed over me in waves. My pulse quickened. I needed to get out of here, and fast. But then I heard it again, echoing in the distance. A familiar name. Daniel! Something had to connect this chaos to him, and I had to find out what it was before it consumed me whole. The sound of the whispers returned, soft like a caress, but there was an underlying urgency in them now. "Mark, come back." My heart raced as terror gripped me tight. I had to escape whatever was waiting for me in the darkness, but a relentless pull urged me to stay. I gritted my teeth, clenching the toy soldier in my pocket as if it were a talisman against whatever malevolence lurked nearby. I scrambled to my feet once more, the cold terror of the shadows pushing at my back. Searching wildly, I fought against the encroaching dread, willing my legs to carry me toward the flickering light that had seemed to lead me here. As I wove between the trees, the laughter faded, but the feeling of being watched intensified, a prickly sensation riding along my spine. "Daniel!" I called out, desperation as my fuel. The name hung heavily in the air, and for a moment, there was silence, deep, suffocating silence. Then came a rush of quiet giggles, almost melodic, resounding like a twisted song. The shadows around me flickered and shifted. I pressed on, pushing through underbrush that clawed at my jeans, remembering the warmth of sunlight streaming down on us during our childhood games. But now, all around me was cold and dark, a stark contrast to the innocence of our past. Suddenly, I entered another clearing, my breath caught in my throat. Before me stood that old playground, the one Daniel and I had played on as children, but now it was decaying and abandoned. The swings creaked eerily in the wind, and the air was thick with the memory of laughter that once filled that space. I stepped closer, the weight of nostalgia almost overwhelming me. Then I spotted it, a faded blue ball nestled in the weeds, just beyond the swings. My heart leapt in recognition. It was the same ball we used to play with, the one that still carried the echoes of joy and laughter. I approached it cautiously, feeling an odd warmth radiating from its surface. Just before I reached for it, I heard the whispers return, but now they mingled with soft, childlike laughter. "Mark, why did you leave?" A chill ran through me. Those voices were the same ones I had heard in the cabin, the same ones that filled me with dread. They were here, among the shadows, stretching out like ghostly fingers. I felt the pull again, stronger this time, urging me toward the playground. Daniel's face flashed in my mind, his smile infectious. I missed him more than ever. "Stay with us," the voices pleaded, a sense of longing layered beneath their calls. Panic surged. If I didn't find a way to break free, I feared I might be lost forever. I needed to make a choice: stay in this grotesque remembrance or escape. With a surge of determination, I lunged for the ball, gripping it in my trembling hands. The moment my fingers wrapped around it, an electric jolt surged through my arm. The laughter rose to a fever pitch, swirling around me like a storm. "Join us," they echoed. Darkness closed in around me, almost inviting, whispering promises of familiarity. "No!" I shouted, projecting my voice against them. I would not succumb. I turned, fueled by instinct, confusion morphing into clarity. I sprinted back through the clearing, pushing against the shadows that clamored at my heels, suffocating the whispers that begged me to turn back. Ahead, a beam of pale moonlight cut through the trees, a savior painted in familiar white and silver. I ran toward it like a lifeline. Each step was pained, heavy with the weight of lost memories, but I pressed on, breaking free into the open ground that offered light and safety. But as soon as I crossed into the light, everything shifted. My surroundings blurred in a cascade of flickering colors, and I stumbled to a halt on a gravel road, the very road where I had parked my car. I was back, but the sense of reality felt off-kilter. The moon loomed overhead, too big, too bright. Confusion washed over me as I blinked against the harsh brightness. Had it all been a dream? Panic flooded my veins as that dread settled back in. My hands trembled, clutching the blue ball tightly, my heart slamming in my chest. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a flurry of shadows darting just beyond the tree line, peering curiously from the darkness. I knew they were watching, waiting. And through that fear, I sensed it, the unsettling realization that I might not truly be free. What would happen next? Would the darkness reclaim me? Would I ever find Daniel again? The questions loomed heavy, each lingering like a ghost. I drove away, leaving the playground behind, fueled by an escape that felt hollow, chased by a past that refused to let go. I moved to a different city after that. Sometimes I think about the cabin, the kids, the laughter, whether it was real or a trick of my mind. I wonder if the toy soldier is still watching me, if the shadows still call the names of lost children. But mostly, I try not to think about it.